Good morning to our viewers. Today I'm joined by the two of the health professionals from the Australian Sri Lankan medical aid team. With me is Dr. Sian and Dr. Nalin Dayavansa. Sian, I was told that when the AUSLMAT program started, the early days you were in Sri Lanka at the time of tsunami. Could you please tell us a little bit more? How was that experience?
I was visiting Sri Lanka for the first time with my husband and 3 young children, and we were staying in a villa on the beach at Uluwatuna, and we were very lucky to be able to climb onto the roof of our villa and escape the wave. But after the wave finally moved out, there were lots of people around us who were not so lucky. There was a little baby who died. There were lots of people who were very seriously injured. And we set up a medical team at that point. But when we returned to Australia, we heard about AUSLMAT and we joined in with them to provide ongoing support to the hospitals in Sri Lanka.
There must have been a very confronting experience for you and the family at the time.
It was absolutely terrifying, I can tell you that now, yes.
Could you please tell us a little bit more what has been the journey so far since 2004?
Well, I often say that the tsunami was the best, worst thing that ever happened to our family, because it's been amazing how our children have been involved in raising funds for hospitals in Sri Lanka. All my children were a Jewish family and all my children had bat mitzvahs, and they all raised funds for the hospitals, and we took an amazing amount of equipment over to the paediatric wards at Karapitya Hospital in Galle, and down to Hikkaduwa as well. And I think it's made a big difference to my children's lives. They're all now working in causes that are, very much towards helping other people. And Sri Lanka continues to need our support for the public health system.
I have no doubt that must have been such a lived experience for you and the family, and thank you for that ongoing contribution and support. And Nalin, you're a young health professional. What made you join the AUSLMAT team?
Thank you for having me on the show, Siddhanta. Growing up in Australia, we're fortunate enough to have access to first-rate healthcare, and I've heard through the Sri Lankan community and the medical community about some of the work that AUSLMAT has done in Sri Lanka, and I wanted to get involved to try and help give back. What I've learnt along the journey with the fundraising we've done, the projects we've tried to deliver, and going on the mission to Sri Lanka last year is that, as Sian said, the medical and the nursing staff are so incredibly well trained and dedicated, but they're just not working with enough resources. So it's been really rewarding to work with AUSLMAT to try and help deliver the things that those health professionals need to, really provide the healthcare that Sri Lankan people need.
Absolutely. Now, since you joined the team, making that difference, making that impact, what is your experience has been so far?
It's been really, really overwhelming, particularly through the COVID pandemic and then the subsequent financial crisis, which has just been hit after hit for, the people living in Sri Lanka. We've been fortunate enough to receive a lot of donations through the COVID pandemic, and, we really have it's a bottomless need that we're getting requests every week almost from different hospitals and health services and other community organisations around Sri Lanka. And we partner with industry here, with suppliers, with shipping companies, and our team which is entirely volunteer run, to try and make sure that almost 99% of the funds donated go directly to purchasing equipment that we ensure ends up in the hands of the doctors and the patients that need them.
Great. Thank you, Sian, and thank you, Nalin. I know there are some much needed projects are underway, so wish you all the best with those upcoming projects.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we'd just like to say that we're constantly in need of volunteers, and it's not just medical staff, so whether it's administration, IT, marketing, fundraising, anybody who wants to help and contribute, please get in touch with us through the AUSLMAT website or through Facebook.
Great. Thank you both.
Thank you.